Postpartum is the time just after you have delivered your newborn bundle of joy. So soon as you deliver the baby, that's considered the postpartum period. So by definition, some docs say that postpartum period is for up to about 6 weeks after you've had the baby. However, through my clinical experience, the postpartum period can last so much longer than that. It can last up to a year after you've had your baby, and sometimes longer than that. So it varies per mom, but I like to provide a lot of support, at least for up to 6 months to a year for the mothers. Yeah, so there's so many changes that happen to the mothers after they've had a baby. It's like going through a marathon and then you finally have finished, so your body is exhausted. You have grown a baby for 9 months, and there's so many changes that happen within your body. And so after you finally deliver the baby that you have been preparing for 9 months, your body is kind of on its way to adjusting and trying to get sort of back to not always a pre-pregnancy body, but a new mother body. And so during that period, a lot of mothers do the birth plan kind of thing, but a lot of mothers don't plan for the postpartum period. It's like, okay, I want this type of birth, I want this kind of experience, but when the baby get here, it's like, now what? So there's a lot of support and comforting for the baby, but oftentimes the mother is forgotten about. And so the mother goes through a lot of changes as she's getting back to are acclimated to now being a mother, maybe eventually getting back to work and all of that kind of stuff. And so if there's not a lot of emotional support and physical support to kind of help mom just after she's had a baby, it can be a rough period for new moms, or just moms in general, just after they had a baby. So in my practice, I do a lot of support when it comes to postpartum mom. I know traditionally there's a 6-week visit, and that's about it. However, there's a lot of mental, emotional, physical support that moms go through, a bunch of roller coasters with the sleepless nights and learning to breastfeed and trying to just heal your body yourself. So it's definitely a lot for sure that moms go through. But from a holistic naturopathic perspective, there are many things that we can do to, one, prevent postpartum depression, and also make the transition a little bit easier for the moms using a lot of natural medicine. It's very much a lot. So it's really important, even that first meal after you had baby. So like I said, it's like running and preparing and training for a marathon. And then you get to the finish line and you have your bundle of joy, and your body is completely exhausted. You're losing a lot of blood during the postpartum period when you're going through the delivery and things of that nature. So you're needing to increase your iron-rich foods. You're needing to make sure you're getting enough protein so that you can make the milk for your baby. And also warming foods. Other thing that I like to tell moms also when you're focusing on breastfeeding, because that can be a challenge, latching on the baby, making enough milk. Those kind of things can lead to postpartum depression, lead to struggling during the postpartum period. Making sure you're eating enough food, making sure you're keeping your stress under control, and making sure you're drinking enough water because you're burning calories. You're working on getting that uterus contracted back down to its normal size when you're breastfeeding. So there's so many things to take into account, not even to mention the mental, emotional piece that you brought up, which is super important. And that a lot of times that comes with your support system. So I really, really urge and encourage moms to have a postpartum plan, getting something in place. So what's going to happen if you have other children, who's going to help out, take the children to school or watch after the children while you're in a healing place? So I definitely tell moms for the first 40 days, it's like your grave is open. You're so vulnerable and so susceptible to almost anything. And so you need to be resting. You need to be bonding with baby. You need to have your husband or your in-laws or your parents or your siblings, whoever, your support system, whoever is in your village, to come and help and and support and take some of those responsibilities off of you, cooking and cleaning, while you can rest, while you can heal, while you can bond with the baby, and go through the period of breastfeeding and getting good nutrition meals and things like that. So it's really important for those first 40 days to stay in the bed, not try to be superwoman, and get back to work and things of that nature before you won't be able to heal. But like I said, most times with the mental, emotional piece, it has a lot to do with how the delivery went for the mother. It has a lot to do with the support system, because if the mom doesn't feel like she has support, if she doesn't have someone to help her during the postpartum period, because a lot of times it's, you're trying to heal, you're also in pain, that baby's trying to figure out, is it daytime, is it nighttime, all of that kind of stuff. So you are learning your baby, and your baby is also learning you.